I would have said that, okay, maybe we should continue dancing, but we have a lot to do on the show today. And besides, my guest is already here, so I can take him for granted. He is here for a serious business. And when you talk about business, it's not everyone that is into entrepreneur that you can call a business person. But this one we're talking about here is a business that concerns the whole society, the youth, and everyone. Let me put it that way. What are we talking about this morning? We're talking about skills over certificates. Yes, what employers look for these days. You know, that's a very critical question. Which one should we choose? Is it skills or certificates? We don't really know, because in Nigeria, as far as some people are concerned, they are after your papers, certificates to be able to put together. But this morning, my guest is going to do justice to that topic, because I don't have the wherewithal to discuss that. Okay, I have with me in the studio, just meet Mr. Lawal Taufik Ayodele Khalid. He is a brand strategist, he is a social innovator, a career coach, and a founder of multiple youth-focused initiatives focused on turning simple ideas into systems that create real impact. He is also passionate about building systems that work, especially for students. He is also a co-founder of the OAU Tech community during his university days. So I do not need to ask which school you attended.
Yes,
I already know it's OU. That's Olabisi University.
Yes,
You're welcome to the show, Mr. Khalid.
Good morning, ma. Thank you so much for having me around.
Okay.
And just to kickstart this, I used to remember when I was young, I used to kind of like watch Ogtv.
Okay.
And now I'm here to kind of like deliver.
You are in the Ogtv.
Exactly.
Do you always want to know, like the Yorubas will say, you always want to see those people talking.
I want to see that
stage. Now you are here. You can see that we are not supernatural.
Exactly.
We're just like you.
Yes,
okay, you're welcome to the show.
Yes, ma'am.
Talking about skills over certificate and what employers really look for.
Okay.
Let me know what you know about it.
Okay, skills over certificates. In today's world, like a lot of employers actually look for, are you capable? That's the first question.
Okay.
It's not if you can deliver the job, it's about being capable to do the job. And a lot of people actually, like a lot of employers actually look to get the best man on the team. Like they like look at it now. A lot of people have certificates. Like every year, over thousands of students, hundreds thousands of students are graduating. So what actually differentiates, or what we make employers want to kind of like select from this pool of graduates? So it's about your skills. So even though the way the way it's structured, like there are some fields that are certificate oriented. Like if you talk about finance, exactly, you talk about finance. But if you talk about, if you are looking at the engineering aspect or media aspect, then it's more of skills than certification. So that's actually one thing. But in a nutshell, I believe that both complement each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now talking about skills, let's talk about the skills that employers really go for and why.
Okay. There are a lot of things the employer. I'll just itemize it. Then I'll now explain.
Okay, go ahead.
On it. So when it comes to employability, employers actually look for technical skills, problem-solving skills, soft skills, and also the ability to self-learn. Exactly, because if you look at it now, your generation might not be that.
What do you mean by my generation?
You know,
do you know if you are older?
Mommy, yeah, Gen X. Exactly. So look at the millennials now. AI was not a big thing during their own time. But you look at our own generation now. We are hearing AI, we are hearing quantum computing, we are hearing a lot. And sometimes it's just like, where do I even want to start from? So like, if you look at all those things now, so being like self-learning is actually very, very crucial in our own age. So now, when it comes to being the employers, what do they look at? They look at those four things: technical skills, problem-solving skills, soft skills and the ability to self-learn as well. So technical skills involve, you know, I will actually put some things like, okay, when it comes to the tech world now, we say things like data analytics, like things you can use the computer to do and others. So you working with Excel, using Excel to analyze. I'm just trying to bring it down to the lowest level.
Okay.
So you know, when it comes to other things as well, maybe the ability to kind of like get information out of a graph. You know, all those kind of like things as technical skill. We call them domain knowledge.
Okay.
So like those are the foundation of the skill. So now we now have the soft skill. The soft skill involve communication. Exactly, communication. How do you communicate? Management. How do you manage? How do you write? Like everything. So the point is, you bringing the soft skills with the technical skill will actually help you even work with people better. There's no point if you are good with, you know, graphs, you can analyze this, you can construct this and others, but you can't communicate your ideas. That's the problem. That's the problem. So there's no way you can get the company to a high standard, high pedestal. So that's just it. So when you talk about the ability to self-learn, that's very, very essential, because if you look at it now, AI is everywhere. Everybody's talking about AI this, AI that. I don't know if you come across any video that a robot was weaving someone's hair.
Okay.
Exactly. So meaning that even hairdressers, barbers, they are not safe. Exactly. In the world of technology.
No one is safe.
No one is safe. So, but the point is, what is your how can you self-learn? How can you learn how to use those things? How can you integrate it, incorporate it with what you are doing? Exactly. So that's actually the part of self-learning, because most times in today's world, technology will keep advancing. The world will keep advancing. So it's not every time you have that luxury to go to a school, to start all over again, to start taking a course on a particular thing, but the ability to identify that, okay, this thing will actually be the next thing in my industry. Let me start learning it from now. Because the point is, employers are always looking for the valuable people in their company. So they're always looking for, is this person valuable enough to stay back? So they're always looking at, okay, who are the people that they will kind of like hold back, people they can actually plan long time with. And these are the things they actually look at for. The ability to self-learn, technical skills, soft skills, and also problem solving. Problem solving is, how do you, like, if you see a problem, how can you interpret it? Some people, when they see problems, they panic. It's normal. But the point is, after the panicking and everything, like, how do you now come to self-realization, and how do you start solving the problem? So that's very, very essential, because, you know, all these things now. Okay, look at this now. Okay, let's bring this up as an example. The new tax law is going around, and some people are actually panicking. A lot of people are panicking on social media. Exactly, but the ability to kind of like calm down, go through it, and see where it favors you. Okay, look at it now. Before, when people were sending money, okay, they said every money above 10,000 naira is you pay 15 naira. Exactly. So a lot of people actually need to kind of like, okay, come back. Okay, don't send me 10,000. Send down that 9,999.
Or you send it in
batch. Exactly. Do you understand? So the point is the ability to kind of like calm down and look at, okay, what are the possible ways to solve this problem. So that's very, very essential. So those are the 4 things a lot of employers look at.
Okay, talking about certificate complementing skills, as you have said earlier. So where does degree certificates impact hiring? Okay,
so degree there's something we used to kind of like say. I remember my dad used to tell me something.
Okay.
He would always tell me that character without learning is
nothing.
There is nothing.
Okay.
So, but in this present world now, it's about character certificates. We get you in. Exactly, we get you in. But your skill will be the one to keep you. Exactly, to keep you in that environment. So the point is, everybody have, like, there are a lot of first class, there are a lot of second class, there are a lot of, like, we have a lot of people.
Different classes.
Different classes. So the point is, what are you bringing to the table? Like in today's world, everybody will
bringing to the table. I have a lot to bring, like water, like food.
Everybody's bringing that. Exactly. So how do you distinguish yourself from those people? So exactly. So, and one thing I used to tell people is that know your industry. know your industry very, very well. Like some of my mentees, my clients, they're always like, okay, this is my industry and stuff. And if you're working in finance, I used to advise them that, okay, certification is actually very, very key in finance. It's very, very key in finance. When it comes to the medical industry field as well, certification too is kind of like very, very key. So, and you know, when it comes to engineering field as well, we call it professional courses and stuff. So it's very, very key. But at the same time too, it's not just studying, getting certificate alone. It's all about, okay, the skills that goes with it. Like, okay, let me use the finance world as an example now. A lot of banks they won't hire you if you don't have ICANN. That's just the fact. And if you look at today's world now, anybody can be a banker. Anybody, they can actually train anybody. After your BSc, they can actually just take you in for 6 months and train you to be a banker. So, but the point now is, you, like, if you are in that, maybe if you are in the business world or stuff, what do you need to add to your existing university certificate? So you need ICANN, obviously. Okay. So the point is ICANN now. So most times I just kind of tell them that, okay, try and incorporate some analytical tools analytical skills as well. Like, okay, learning data analytics, how to use the Excel very well, how to kind of like design charts to tell a story about, okay, what are financial projections, how long does it is it taking us to get here, and what are the deficits we have in this whole process. So it's very, very essential. So if you look at it on a long run, it's all about like incorporating your skill with what your certificate. So, and looking at it now, it's not actually a very hard problem. It's not actually a very hard task to do. I used to advise people that, especially on undergraduate, that when you're in school, we used to have a lot of holidays. And if you look at it, most people we travel and us. Those times can actually start learning something by the side, exactly, because even as an undergraduate student now, you can be using your skills to do for side hustles. Like, we have a lot of students while I was in school. I personally, when I was in school, before I became,
I think almost all the students do that now.
Exactly, because they are understanding it, they are getting it. The certification is not enough. So, because when I was in school as well, I studied electrical engineering, and when I was in school, I used to kind of like design boards. Yeah, exactly.
And you are into what now?
I'm into brand strategy. So, and I actually kind of like bring it down. Okay, if there is time, I'll kind of like bring it down to that. So, and the point is, when I was in school, I was kind of like helping people do projects. I was soldering. I was even making electrical devices. So during COVID-19, I actually worked with the school to build a central dispenser.
Wow.
So I was kind of like doing all those things while I was in school, and it was fetching me small money to at least for upkeeping.
Food,
exactly.
Together.
Exactly. Wow. So I wasn't kind of like relying on my parents for that aspect.
Okay.
So the point is, while they are in school, they can actually learn a lot of things.
All right. Let's talk about some industries. Are there industries where skills are more valuable than formal education?
Sure. Yes, yes, ma'am. If you look at the technological industry, when it comes to tech, skills are more valuable. Like, I used to tell people that most of the jobs I've gotten in tech, it's nobody has ever asked for my certificate. Exactly. It's always like, can you do this? And once I kind of like do one, it's just like a ripple force. People are always kind of like, okay, I want
to recommend
exactly. I want that person. I want that person. I want that person. Without seeing your certificate.
Wow.
Exactly. So, but one thing I always kind of like keep in mind as well is, I actually want to sit on the table as well. when it comes to policy formation.
You want to sit on the table wearing coat or suit?
No, only
Which
wearing.
One do you want?
No wearing coat.
You know we have coats.
Yes. No wearing suits or overall. Because the point is, if you look at when it comes to boardrooms, when it comes to look at it now. Let me just put this as an example. Why is it that if you get to power holdings, if you get to most of these tech-driven industries. Exactly. Why is it that we are always having accountants as part of the direct? They are the one that dominate the board of chairman and everything, because they understand the business aspect of it. So, and you understand the business aspect of it comes with sometimes education. Most times, if you don't have the privilege of watching your dad do, because most of us learn from proxy, meaning that our dad is doing something or our mom is doing something and learning the trick. Exactly. So, but if you don't have the luxury of that, then you can actually no, just go
on your
own and
so
learn.
people can learn from you too.
Exactly. So you can actually go to school, get a certificate, and that. So it depends on the life trajectory you want for yourself, and that's the reason why, you know, as a career coach, I get to understand what you want.
Okay.
That is what you want to use to design the pathway for you. So you know that, okay, you want to be sitting down in those boardrooms, then your skills is not enough. You actually need to add more things to it. Exactly, like other finance skills that comes with certification and other things.
Okay.
So exactly, but in the tech industry,
okay.
skill is high.
All right, let's talk about the skills that are most in demand in the labor market.
Okay. So in the labor market, there are a lot of amazing skills that are in high demand. You know, and you need to understand yourself as well. That okay, which one am I okay with? Am I that kind of person that pay a lot of attention to something? Am I that kind of person that okay, my own anything I say I can say a story around it?
Wow.
So if you give me a painting, I can actually say a story around it. If you give whatever you give me, so it depends on where you're like you as a person.
It may not be real story though.
Exactly, it might not be real story. Exactly, just something to capture emotion. Exactly, do you understand? Okay. So we have a lot of people are actually paying high money, especially outside
the country.
Exactly, offshore. They are actually paying a lot of money for storytellers. So storytellers, we have skills. Okay, I'll do it in two ways. I will do the technical and the non-technical aspects.
Okay.
So for the technical aspect now, we have skills like data analytics. We have skills like coding. You know, under coding, we have web designing. From data analytics to there's some certain stage you need to get to now that you need to start coding as well. So, but let me just put everything together like that. So we have web design. You know, everybody wants to be online. Everybody wants to put their business online. So web designing is there, graphic designing is there. There's nothing you want to do now that you won't design a flyer for. Exactly. Maybe church, maybe end of the year party. There's nothing you want to do without graphic design. So from the graphic design you can move into brand designing as well. So we have that. So we have I said technical. So technical we have data analytics, we have web development, we have cyber security, we have DevOps, we have machine learning. These are skills that are in high demand. They are in high demand. Okay. So we have mobile app development, people that design the application on our phone. So we have all those things. And you know, when it comes to there are still more, but those ones are actually in high demand.
All those ones have been mentioned, you know, the skills you've been saying. How can one learn? Okay, no problem. So for the technical ones now, there are a lot of ways you can actually learn this. If you know that you don't have money that much, that okay, maybe finance might be a problem, then there are a lot of, you can go on YouTube. That's actually something beautiful about this generation. You can actually learn anything on YouTube. So, and on YouTube now, there are people you can actually follow, like Free Code Camp, Super Simple Dev. You know, all those guys have done it. So it's just for you to kind of follow their teachings. Okay. And you know, and when it comes to there are a lot, just start it. And you see playlists. And one thing I used to tell people is go for the playlist. Even if you want to learn robotics, electronics, you can follow that aspect you can follow that track as well. Okay, let's just assume that, an employer knows that, this particular skill is required for what you are being employed for and you don't have it. So how can employers support their employee in skill development and also continues working with them? Okay. Yeah,
actually that's a very good question. So when it comes to employers supporting their employees as well, there are a lot of ways you can actually do it. Most times you can partner with all these tech schools to come around and to train their staff. And also one of the beautiful things is employers also need to kind of send their workers to conferences. They should see the latest trend in their field of work. So all these things actually help when it comes to capacity development within the company itself.
Okay, now before we wrap up this segment, let's talk about how skills-based hiring can help reduce unemployment. Okay,
so skill-based hiring can help reduce unemployment in a lot of ways. Because if you look at it now, skill-based hiring, let me say, first of all, when you talk about unemployment, it is because of the infrastructure in place. So, and if you look at it now, there are a lot of infrastructure that have been developed in the recent time, whereby skilled people they can kind of like they can freelance. They can freelance. They can work remotely with anybody. So the point is, skill-based hiring can help reduce unemployment if we have more institutions around this, educating their students, their audience about getting a skill, because a lot of people don't even know about it until they graduate.
Okay, Mr. Khalid, thank you for coming, and I really wish we have more time.
Yes,
we would have discussed more.
Thank you.
But you can say it yourself that my producer is signaling to me. All right, thank you for coming to the show.
Thank
we really
you so
appreciate you, Mr. Lawal. Taufik. Are you a DJ, Khalid? Yeah, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
I hope next time if we invite you, you'll come.
Sure.
Okay, moving on the show, then we'll bring you Blast from the Past right now. Before that, my handsome guy will come back here.